In the Congo, Maxwell ends up at a secret jungle laboratory funded and operated by the US Army. Here, research is being done into biological warfare and how to weaponize viruses. Finally, Keith Maxwell, who calls himself Ken Marshall in his memoir, has a fallout with the commander of the jungle laboratory who expels Maxwell from the premises.
Secret underground research labs in South Africa? Sounds a lot like Ukraine. The United States has secret biolabs all over the world. It's a fact, and you can research that if you know where to look. And the significance of this one is that this is the one that was used to create the AIDS virus and distribute it to people in Africa. You're about to hear proof of people that actually participated in this. AIDS was a manufactured biological weapon. It all started with the South African Institute for Maritime Research, also referred to as CIMER.
AIDS virus.
And what did he tell you?
Well, he indicated that he thought it was a product of biological warfare.
In fact, Keith Maxwell was obsessed with AIDS, writing extensively about how CIMER was doing research into the HIV virus and the possibility of using the virus as a weapon to kill black people.
It all started with a secret agent from the British Intelligence Agency, or the MI5 or MI6, which is probably also the reason why they called Mission Impossible MI, Mission Impossible, for a reason. Probably to desensitize the public to the fact that the MI6, the CIA, and the MI5 all actually exist. Movies aside, this agent, his name was Keith Maxwell. He may or may not have been related to Robert Maxwell, the Mossad agent, the father of Ghislaine Maxwell, which was basically Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend or co-partner that were actually molesting children. All connections aside, this agent, Keith Maxwell, pretended to be a doctor in Africa, set up a bunch of clinics, and literally force injected the AIDS virus into Africans. They told these Africans they were giving them an immunization shot to stop the AIDS virus, and they were actually giving them the AIDS virus. And there's proof from an agent who participated in this.
Through vaccines?
Yeah, through vaccines. Pretending to inoculate people and type of thing.
The idea being to kill black people?
Yeah, to eradicate black people.
Kind of strange that when we go and take the flu shot, we all get the flu afterwards. Are they lying to us about the flu shot? Let's not even get into the most recent mRNA shot. The Secretary General at the time in the 1960s of the United Nations, back when they had a little bit of credibility and integrity, worked in one of these labs and was about to blow the whistle. That's when CIMER, which is this clandestine agency that Keith Maxwell was in control of, the South African Institute for Maritime Research, began Operation Celesta, which literally put a bomb in the plane of this United Nations Secretary General's plane, blew it up, and killed him.
The full set of documents discovered in the vaults of South Africa's Secret Service was said to consist of 12 pages, but the originals have since vanished in South African state archives. What remains are blurred photocopies of 9 pages, outlining a plot to kill Dag Hammarskjöld with a bomb. Among the conspirators, British intelligence is mentioned, as well as the American intelligence service, the CIA.
When he was found, he had a playing card in his collar, the Ace of Spades. Another mind blower, maybe this is why Alex Jones was codenamed Alex Jones. Maybe it's a coincidence, but you're about to hear from Alexander Jones, who was a part of CIMER. He admits that their goal was to kill the African people and to have white people be the majority of people by the year 2000, at least in Africa. Just keep in mind, this agent Keith Maxwell told another agent that he had the ability to get arms and weapons if he could somehow get the whites to go up against the blacks in a civil war in Africa. He said he could get the funding and get the weapons to make that happen. It sounds a lot like what they're doing with Black Lives Matter to try to get us to all fight each other. Check this out.
A man named Alexander Jones.
You were active in CIMER.
Now I'm starting to get uncomfortable with the questioning.
CIMER was a clandestine, mercenary organization for hire.
Financed by whom?
Financed by foreign governments.
And what was the purpose of SIMA?
SIMA was there to go and destabilize certain countries. And basically, we were soldiers.
Is it dangerous for you talking to us about this?
Definitely. Very. I mean, I could get backlash from my own people. Well, it was clandestine operations. We were involved in coups, taking over countries for other leaders. We were involved in Mozambique, spreading the AIDS virus through medical conditions. We existed.
Can we I just do the question again, and then you can pop in?
Yeah.
You mentioned actively spreading AIDS?
There was a unit in from SIMA that one of the things was that we went into African countries.
And how was that done exactly?
Through inoculation.
Through vaccines?
Yeah, through vaccines. Pretending to inoculate people and that type of thing.
The idea being to kill black people?
Yeah, to eradicate black people. You must understand the concept was that AIDS was a killer. It was incurable at that point in time. So it was led to believe that if you infected people, it was the quick, non-militaristic approach to eliminate black people.
And that is something you know for a fact, that AIDS was actively being spread to other countries?
Yes, to African countries. We were at war. Black people in South Africa were the enemy.
But so it was about white supremacy?
Definitely. Definitely trying to retain the white supremacy on the African continent.
And furthermore, he tells us that the purpose of Maxwell's clinics in and around Johannesburg was to infect black people with HIV.
He had the one in Tokoze, he had the one in Alex.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, it was on the West Rand. So, and these were research facilities for them to inject people with a solution to see that they prevented AIDS in it. In the meantime, they were injecting people with AIDS.
And he was only working on black people in these clinics?
Yes, yeah.
For almost nothing?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So you know what, I mean, what easier way to get a big guinea pig? That you live in the apartheid system, black people have got no rights, they need medical treatment. There's a white philanthropist coming in and say, you know what, I'll open up these clinics and I will treat you, I will do this, and meantime, you actually the wolf in sheep's clothing.
That's gruesome.
Did you visit these clinics yourself?
Yes, I went to the clinic in Alex where there was the research facility thing, and there was monitors, there was tubes, there was a proper lab. If you want to say it's scientist lab, you know, proper freaky scientist lab, definitely.
Were there clinics also in other countries?
The South African government, the apartheid regime, would they have known that SIMA was spreading AIDS inside South Africa and outside as well to kill off black people?
Highly likely. Highly likely. That's why I'm telling you that's why people were killed for it.
That's why Dagmar Fehl was killed, maybe.
Yeah.
Now just remember, this was in the 1960s and continued up until the 1990s. I'm sure similar things are still going on, and I think our current vaccination plan stemmed from what we're doing in Africa and in other hidden research labs, United States or Britain Fund or both. I think it's the evil people in all of these organizations that are basically getting together and they're trying to replace all of the good people in these organizations. They've been doing this for years. They have all the money in the world. They have so much money it's disgusting, and they can make anything happen with any amount of money that they have. They're experts in psychological operations, which is exactly what they do best, and that's why they use the trust that good people build when they're a part of good agencies. They use that trust when they take over the agency. They take that trust and they use it against you. They say they're doing one thing, but they're actually doing another. And in Freemasonry, which they're all part of this Freemason society, unfortunately, in Freemasonry, that's called the hidden hand. This has been GK with the Disclosure Hub with just a couple tips of some history that we've all missed. If you enjoy this, please check out more of our content at thedisclosurehub.com. We're on Telegram, Rumble, and more. You will be blown away if you dig through the videos that I've laid out for everybody. I don't waste your time. I don't waste my time. Every video that I have is saucy, sauce, just like this one. And all of this information came out of the documentary Cold Case Hammarskjöld, and that's the death of the secretary, Dag Hammarskjöld, the United Nations secretary that was killed during Operation Celesta.